Hi friend, and welcome to this evening stretch flow. We're gonna go through the entire body in this class and just loosen up and release everything that's been built up during the day. You don't need anything for this practice today, but if you want to have a blanket to place underneath your knees, if you have sensitive knees, you can have that. And just something soft underneath you, like a yoga mat or just a regular mat, works perfectly fine as well. So when you're ready, just come to meet me in a seated position. So we're starting here with our legs crossed today. And you can just come into a comfortable position and close your eyes down. Let your hands land on your knees, palms facing down. With your next exhale, feel your shoulders move away from your ears. With your next inhale, feel yourself growing taller through your spine. And with your next exhale, feel your shoulders melt away from your ears. Let's just land here with our breath. Send your inhales all the way in and down to your belly. And slowly exhale it out. Take a few conscious breaths here before we start to move. And really slow down both your inhales and your exhales. Signaling to your body that it's okay to relax here. That it's safe. No matter what happened during the day. And start to let that go and land in this moment with your breath. With your next inhale, gently blink your eyes back open and reach your arms overhead, looking up here. Interlace your fingers and start to circle your wrists and bring your hands down as you exhale. Inhale, hands move back up again, overhead. And exhale, come back down. Release the hands, place the palms onto the mat, fingers facing you, and just get a little release here in the wrists. You can lean back and forwards, pressing the palms of the hands into the mat. Can even feel nice to sway from side to side. And gently release and turn so that the top of the hands are onto the mat now, palms facing up. Fingers still towards you. Same here, leaning forward or back. Notice where it feels good for you in your wrists. And then coming back to center and take an inhale, reach the arms up again. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand on your right knee. Twisting into the pose here. And staying with your breath. Looking over your right shoulder. And keep the left hand where it is on the knee. And just take your right arm and reach it across towards your left here. Finding a side stretch. You can look forward or you can look up underneath your armpit. Really use that opposition in the hands to open through the side body. Slow, deep breaths here. And gently let your right hand meet the left knee. Left hand reaches behind you into the twist opposite side here. Looking over your left shoulder now. Both sit bones are equally planted. And then take your left hand and inhale to lengthen towards the right here. Keep the right hand on the left knee and find that opposition in the hands, reaching in either direction here to lengthen through the side body. And then from here, come back up. Just place your hands behind you, feet onto the mat in front of you, mat with distance. Just let your knees fall from side to side here, releasing in the legs after sitting with them crossed. And then keep the left leg out. Bring the right foot back in, flexing the left toes. Take an inhale here, reach the arms up and twist towards your left leg. Exhale, fold down to meet your leg here. You can hold on to your leg, to your foot, just maintaining sort of a straight spine here. Letting your heart come closer down. Try and soften into the stretch. Maybe even releasing the hands from the leg. Just let them rest on the floor. And then use your next inhale to lift yourself back up. Place your right hand behind you. Take your left hand, sweep it around. Point through your left toes and lift your hips. Inhale here. Exhale back down. Flex the left toes and reach for them. Inhale again. Point the toes and lift the hips. Open the heart. Exhale back down. One more here. And come back to center and change sides. Again, flexing through the right foot. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, twist towards that leg and fold forward. Finding the stretch on the opposite side of the body. Notice where you feel the stretch. And see if you can send the breath into that part or those parts of your body. Again, focusing on those slow and long exhales. And then inhale to come back up. Left hand behind you this time. Point through the right foot. And use your next inhale to sweep the right arm all the way around, lifting your hips. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, come back down. And we'll meet back in center. From here, just fold your legs in and roll over your knees or come to the side. We're meeting in a downward facing dog. So I'm shifting sides here on my mat. Planting the palms, spread through the fingers here. Toes are tucked and lift the hips up. Once you're in your downward facing dog, take your time here to settle into the pose. You can pedal out your legs. You can shake your head gently, yes and no.
Really focusing on lengthening through your spine. Then have your knees as much bent as you need to here. And the heels are striving towards the mat. So even if they're not down on the mat, that's the direction, the sensation we want to create. And from here, take an inhale and lengthen your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale to bend the knee, open the hip, foot comes towards the left glute. You can stay here and just open the front of the hip. Or if you want to, you can take circular movements here in your hip. Like you're painting a big circle with your knee. Change direction. And then place that foot down. Just shake out the legs here in your down dog. And then take an inhale, left leg sweeps up. Exhale to bend the knee, stacking the hips. Again, you can stay still, or you can find those circular movements. Moving slow and mindfully here in your circles. Changing the direction. And then place the foot back down. Take another inhale in your down dog. Exhale to release the knees towards the mat. Walk your knees mat width distance apart. Release the feet and sink your hips into child's pose. Release your forehead down towards the mat. And just soften here into your child's pose. Let your belly puff out like a balloon between your thighs on every inhale. And you can stay with your arms reaching forward if this length feels nice to you. Or you can just place your palms together and start to bend your elbows, placing the thumbs by your neck. You can even walk your elbows forward a bit more here. So we're getting into our triceps. Notice if you're holding tension somewhere where you don't need to. See if you can soften in your forehead, your jaw, your neck and shoulders, all the way down to your hips and legs. Take one more breath here. And then slowly reaching the arms forward again. Inhale to look forward. Walk your hands in towards you, coming back up onto all fours. And you can stay here facing forward, but I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So palms underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips, and coming into a little flow here on all fours, starting with the right leg, placing it out to the side, toes facing forward. From here, finding cat and cow movement. So inhale to lift your hips, look forward, drop your belly. Exhale, rounding navel to spine, release the head. Moving with your breath here, you can close your eyes down and take about 5 rounds of cat and cow. Notice how the movement feels with one leg out to the side. And from here, we're just going to walk our hands towards that right foot. Reaching arms long. And take an inhale. Exhale, maybe release the head in between your arms. If you want to hold on to your leg, reaching for the foot, you can do so, or just find your hands on the floor. And slowly walking back through center and all the way over to the left side, placing the left hand down, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen the arm overhead, stretching out through the side body. Exhale, hand comes down, lift your right foot, grab a hold of the foot, and here just press your right heel into your right glute. As you press your right hip forward, the aim is to stretch the front of your right thigh here. You can stay here for a few more breaths, or if you want to take it more into a back bend, start to kick your foot away, lifting hand and foot behind you, maybe looking up here. One more breath, and then slowly release. Walk your hands back to center. We'll meet on all fours. Shake your hips out here if you want to, or do any other movement before we come into the other side. And then we'll lengthen the left leg out to the left, toes pointing forward. You can close your eyes down and just come into your cat and cows on the other side. Notice if there's any difference from the right side. Take 3 more rounds in your own rhythm with your own breath. Come back to neutral and just walk your hands towards that left foot. Release the head down once you're here. And then come back through center, walking the hands all the way to the right. Place the right hand down this time. Left hand lifts up towards the ceiling. Inhale to lengthen the arm over your head, reaching, opening through the side body. Exhale, hand moves down towards the foot, lifting the foot, and grab a hold of the foot behind you for that thigh stretch on the left side this time. Again, really pushing that left hip forward. Feel the knee moving away from the hip. There's always an opposition in every stretch. So you have the 2 sides of the muscle and try to lengthen them away from each other. If you want to come into that back bend, start to kick into your foot, reaching your foot and your hand away from your body behind you, lifting your heart, maybe look up. And then gently release. Walk your hands back to center and coming back onto all fours here. I'm going to turn back around onto my mat. If you did the same, if you turned with me, come back facing the front edge. And from here, just lift the hips again into downward facing dog. And let's take the right leg with you forward. We're coming into pigeon pose. If pigeon isn't feeling good in your body, you can do the same stretch, but seated or lying down. But if you're in your pigeon, start to set up. You can bring your front foot more forward or keep it in. And then come up onto your fingertips. Take an inhale. Exhale to release down. It can be on your forearms or release your entire upper body, your forehead down. Choose where you want to take the pose, where it feels good for you. Use your next inhale to come back up, placing the palms down again. Tuck the back toe, step back to downward facing dog. Just a little pause in between the sides here. And then bring the left leg forward. Pigeon on the other side. If you're doing one of the other options for this stretch, just come into it on the other side. Inhaling to lengthen here. Exhale to fall down again. Meeting yourself and your body where you're at today. And then come back to your breath. And use your next inhale to come up from pigeon and just swing the legs around. And we'll take a wide-legged forward fold here. Final pose to end the class and soften even more into our bodies. So open the legs out wide and take a deep inhale here. Exhale, just walk your hands forward. You can stop wherever you feel like it's right for you. I even invite you to back off a little bit and just soften more into the stretch rather than push yourself towards your max capacity. Take a deep inhale here and let your next few exhales come through your mouth. Keep your attention on your breath. And then coming back up on your next inhale. And ending the class seated. If you want to lie down into Shavasana, you can do so as well. Just bringing the legs into a cross-legged seat. Lengthening through the spine again, palms on your knees. Take a deep inhale here and exhale, just close your eyes down.
And wherever you are, if you're seated or lying down, I invite you to end the practice with gratitude. Something that I like to do at the end of every day. So just think of one thing here that you're grateful for right now. And then think of a person that you're grateful for to have in your life. And send that person some love. And think of something with yourself that you're grateful for. And send yourself some love here. I invite you to notice how it feels to think of things that you're grateful for. If anything shifted inside. Either way, with your next inhale, reach your arms out to the sides. Exhale to give yourself a big hug. This is where I'll leave you today. If you want to stay in meditation or in Shavasana, I welcome you to do so. Either way, I wish you a lovely evening, and if you enjoyed the class, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the mat very soon. Thank you.